That's only if you're able to beat me. An incredible explosion rocked the planet Oozaru.
You had moved quickly to attack the creator, causing a strong shockwave. Akame was still confused, but thus began to heal Goku, letting her warm energy flow throughout his body, the damaged cells and vital organs regenerating. The damage received is incredible. Who did this to you, little brother? I feel a little guilty that you are in this state. Yukina, looking at her doing her best to save her father, she thought, she doesn't remember that she was the one who did that to him. She is very scared to see Dad like this.
She really appreciates it a lot. That guy is despicable.
It has caused suffering to all. Little Akame, you need to calm down a bit. You are limiting healing in that state. Look at you, you won't stop shaking. It's an attempt, but my body doesn't respond. I don't want to lose my brother, a huge supernova. He was approaching all of them. Yukina, who had little time left in her demonic divine form, launched a key sphere to stop her. But that power was winning. Therese and Hikaru supported her, being able to push away that attack.
Instantly, the creator had received a strong blow, quickly falling to the ground. I am your opponent.
Don't make light of me attacking others while you fight me.
Damn brat.
You'll be sorry you messed with me. The creator's eyes began to shine.
A red flash fell on you.
Will you be completely destroyed?
I can manipulate the time of living beings.
An ordinary god can live 1 billion years.
You will not be able to against my eye of destiny. I have been the destiny of all. I have the ultimate power.
As we speak, your life cycle is about to come to an end. Why did you stop moving?
It seems frozen. The creator's eyes stopped shining.
1 billion years have passed in you, and less than a minute in reality. Mokoso, you should have served me forever. You had this universe at your feet, and you left everything for these garbage, which I will kill anyway. Turning his back on you, the evil being sneered as he brought everyone else closer.
Yukina was about to attack, but at that moment she lost her resonance.
The bodies of Shuro, Akuma and Min appeared on one side of her.
Did the power have to run out right now? We are lost?
No one has the power to face that wretch. Just look at each other, trembling with fear. What was the use of having come this far? They only prolonged their agony. They had to surrender in the first fight. A mouthful of blood fell to the floor. The breeder had been perforated by an energy bolt, and you should have kept hidden where you were intangible, where your rules protected you. Here you are a being like us. You feel pain. Are you still able to move? Your life cycle has ended.
You once again began to attack, putting the breeder in trouble, who still hadn't regained his visual power. Using the Eye of Fate took away a lot of his sight temporarily. Many hits began to damage him.
Know that you didn't catch me with that visual power because of your ability. I got caught up on purpose, waiting for you to lose that power of your eyes.
Time doesn't affect a demon. Your eye power is useless against me.
You can, brother, finish with him.
Yu's arm was charging with a powerful ki. This is for brainwashing me, you Atom Smasher.
That overwhelming power fully impacted the creator, and a brutal shockwave more violent than the previous one shook everyone.
Yu had shielded his companions with an energy field so that they were not affected by the powerful blast.
Not being able to sense that guy's ki, they didn't know if Yu's attack had been able to exterminate him.
It has terrifying power. Is he really the same guy the first met?
It's good to have you back, son.
Akame still not?
I need Goku awake right now. That bastard still has 6 lives left.
When he brainwashed me, he told me everything about him.
He is one of the 12 strongest beings in the multiverse, Chronos, the divine law of time. I just killed him, but they all have 7 lives. It's similar to us.
Not exactly, he's scarier. If our 7 hearts are destroyed, we die quickly, but he comes back from the dead, and each time he does, his powers increase.
Akame, what's wrong? You don't look like yourself, with your power and talent. It shouldn't be a problem to cure it. That's the problem, you. I have already healed his internal organs and external wounds, and yet he does not open his eyes.
Great pressure fell on the entire planet.
Here it comes. You are a fucking you.
I told you secrets of a divine being like me, and you took advantage of that knowledge to kill me.
You are a big stupid. That happens to you for opening your mouth too much before an unknown being.
You thought I would never be free of your control.
Big mistake, because you said so yourself. Goku cannot be underestimated.
Yu's palm was filled with energy. Everyone was shocked. A lot of blood fell on the floor. Without thinking, he had cut off his own arm.
Did you go crazy? What are you supposed to be doing?
This is nothing. Go on with yours. I want Goku ready to fight now. Use any method. Use that part of my body and give it demonic power. You need it to wake up. Here our friend Kronos must have used a kind of parasite on you so that when you attack Goku it infects his entire body, making him sleep forever. Goku needs to be an Oozaru demon. What is going through that brat's mind? How did you know that I stopped Daruma's time? Right now, he is a danger to me. He knows a lot about us. Must die. Kronos charged a giant sphere of dark power. All of you will turn into stardust. Yu threw his arm with Akame, and she began to fuse Yu's blood with her brother's. Yu regenerated his arm to charge his Atom Smasher. You never give up, do you? You don't recognize when your enemy outmatches you. Now I am twice as strong. Do you think you can stop even one of my attacks? The giant sphere of explosive power was slowly coming down. Of course I am capable, because they all trust me. Yu's Atom Smasher began to clash against Kronos' explosive power. Kronos realized that Yu's power was still far ahead of him. I have died once and my power has doubled, because I keep losing to you.
I need more power, and for that, I must die once more.
Kronos stopped channeling energy in his recent attack, and Yu's attack would shatter the supernova before impacting his body, losing his life a second time. He did it on purpose. He has taken his own life to appear with much more strength. This time I can with him. When he appeared for the third time, he only looked at himself for a few seconds, because he instantly began to fight with everything. He and Yu were trading blows at super speed. This time the impacts of his fists were so strong, that they ended up destroying the most resistant planet, which was believed to be impossible to destroy due to its supreme restoration in a short time. Every planet in this universe is going to perish. What's up, Yu? Can't keep up with me anymore? You look a little pale. Your incredible strength is leaving you. Or is it that I have become unattainable? You've become even more of an idiot than before. How do you like to believe that you are superior? That's why you play with everyone's life. Because your stupid ego of greatness doesn't make you see that we are all living beings. Climb up. Because I will never forgive you for using my sister. And I will make you pay for messing with my little brother. Father, Daruma, little Akame. It's good to see them get along like in the past. Daruma, this is all your fault. Why did you return to my territory? This time I will kill you forever. Daru, do you know what you have to do, mate?
I'm ready, master.
What do you say, Akame?
Would you fight by my side like old times?
It was always you who took care of the most powerful enemies. But it would be a pleasure to end this manipulator together.
Demon's Wrath, Kaioken increased by 100 times. Shinku, Shield King of Beasts, Kaioken increased 500 times.
I will exceed my own limits. Body, don't go exploding.
Kaioken increased 20 times.
The power of the three of them was crushing Kronos, who felt inferior to all that ki pressure coming down on him. The three of them exchanged glances, launching to attack at the same time. Goku was the fastest of the three, having healed himself. He still didn't know that he had the power of demon race regeneration. Kronos would try to stop the time of the entire space, but he was not able to stop those three who broke through the time barrier. Kronos' sharp eyes looked at a purple blur very close to him. I stopped the time of all space. They should not be able to move. Goku would impact a kick on the head of that subject, shooting out where Yu was, which hit him with a supernova, and Kane would finish him off with a wave of energy that had come out of his mouth. Kronos, the creator of the divine law of time, had received a brutal beating by the three beings he had harmed. Here it comes once more. This was the fourth time he had come back from the dead, more and more powerful, but also more and more afraid of losing their precious lives. A blue flash went straight for Kame, but Goku and Yu got in front of him to stop him from advancing any further. They looked at him with their purple eyes and Kronos got angrier. Yu was thrown by a blow that he wasn't able to dodge and Goku stopped a kick with difficulty. They already realized that they are no match for me every time I come back from the dead. The distance between us increases, no matter how hard they try, they are still just gods and demons. They can outsmart my Eye of Fate, but not my higher power. I told you not to underestimate those around you. Now Akame. Goku tightly gripped Kronos' body. Akame rushed up with them, and looked at him with his death eye. Kronos began to scream in scent. His greatest fears were haunting him.
Damn Getsuga's daughter.
Swear I'll kill you. How dare you make me remember your pathetic father's face.
Once trapped with my eye of death, unless I wish it, you will never be free.
Stop talking nonsense, because we don't know any Getsuga.
Cyrus thought, Getsuga is the ancient king of this world, the first Saripurkura and the father of Akame, Daruma and Yamoshi. Before that war broke out, he erased his children's memories and did not entrust them to us. It's only natural that Akame and Daruma don't know anything about him. So divine laws were already a problem in the past from Getsuga's point of view. So that's why they wanted to kill Daruma at all costs, because he also possesses the power of the Purple Uru. But the question here is what happened to Getsuga. He disappeared that day and we never heard from him again.
Kronos, in despair of not being able to get out of Akame's high power, sacrificed his life, speeding up time in his own body.
Unbeknownst to them, he had returned once more and injured Goku badly. It was there that his body began to heal at a terrifying rate.
Going on,
the wound on my body quickly closed. Goku looked at how the next victim of that guy was his sister Akame.
He watched Kronos' movements clearly. His power had also increased after he had recovered.
They were the capabilities of the pureblood Osiris. When Kronos' fist was inches from touching Akame's cheek, he was stopped and brutally squeezed by Goku.
You already made her suffer enough. I'm not going to let you hurt her anymore.
Wretch, I left you on the verge of death. Is the blood of you brat responsible for you now being able to heal your body?
I understand. Once again, thanks to you, my power has reached a new level.
They gave me demon blood.
I no longer only have his eyes, but also his regeneration. Kronos and Goku began to trade blows.
He had already spent 5 lives and his power was supreme, but his opponent was Goku, who had been turned into a demon, receiving power beyond his limits, in addition to the power he gained after recovering.
So they both had similar power. The entire universe was suffering from that fight. There were hundreds of stars and planets that had been victims of that supreme combat, and the living beings that had perished were many more.
This can be called a fight. We can't even see them, just feel their great pressure, which is taking my breath away. Those two have the same level of strength.
At this rate, everyone is going to die.
We have to protect them. Kame and Yu stood in front of Cirrus, Hikaru and everyone else, forming a huge barrier with their ki.
Yu, why did you leave my father alone?
That guy is going to end up killing him.
That guy has come back from the dead 5 times. His might is too much for us. Akame and I aren't able to keep up with him either. That's why it was necessary for Goku to wake up.
Demon Goku is the hope of all of us and the entire universe. Now only he has the necessary power to face him.
But him alone against him is too much. My brother has always faced the most dangerous alone. This is nothing new to him.
Aruma, you have exceeded my expectations.
The superiors were right to fear your power. But look at you, we have the same level, and I still have 2 lives left, where I will be more powerful.
Stop opposing me. Give up your life, and I'll forgive the other trash.
Our people only want the head of the Purple Surge, your sister, and your friends.
They don't interest us in the slightest.
What do you prefer? Die alone and save all your loved ones?
Or die accompanied by all these people? I choose option 3, where I kill you, and take revenge for all the pain you have caused my people. Increased 120 times, Goku increased his powers on a large scale, just by raising the Kyogen a little more, since the power of his body in its normal state had already far exceeded the power it had before. A purple flash, a passing time and again, causing a lot of damage to Kronos, who was willing to die to achieve power, from his insurmountable point of view. But Goku was tormenting him. He did not cause fatal injuries, he'd only punish him with tearing blows, which made him feel a lot of suffering.
I'm not going to let you die so easy, damn you. You have to pay for your sins every damn second you have left in your 5th life.
I can't see it, it moves so fast my eyes can't see it.
He doesn't intend to end my life, he wants to cause me as much agony as possible.
You had enough fun already, Purple Oozaru. The time has come for you to feel the true terror in my penultimate life. My power is infinite. Are you going to fly to pieces? I wonder if you had the courage to do it with only 1 life. I doubt it. You are nothing but a coward. A huge explosion shook the universe. Akame and Yu's barrier could barely take it and Goku was fatally injured. which he received on purpose. He could have easily escaped from wanting to.
His body began to regenerate at the same instant that the divine law of time appeared in its most powerful form, since in his last life, despite having the power to crush anyone, it also meant the end of his life cycle, as his multiversal power consumed him second after second.
No divine law had the courage to take lives and go to the last form. There had only been one, the head of all divine laws, who had died in combat against a powerful warrior named Getsuga and had not sacrificed their lives, but the first purple Saru had penned him up to that point. I must be the one to kill you. So far I am the only one who has reached the penultimate life. I can't let down our leader, who died fighting, until you speak like a warrior.
Your echoes of greatness have vanished with each of your deaths, but that doesn't matter to me.
You must suffer more for what you have done.
A suffering that is not cured by death.
Shut your damn mouth.
Both of Goku's arms were shattered.
This pair of arms was in charge of making me reach this limit.
I wonder how much you are capable of regenerating yourself.
When every particle of your body is dust, you will never be able to heal yourself.
Kronos blew up both of Goku's arms. They would grow back instantly. It wasn't just his arms. Every part of his body was being shattered and turned to dust. He wasn't lying. His power is almost infinite. He didn't expect his penultimate life was so terrifying, and I am the hope of all my people. I can't die before him. If I do, they will run with the same fate as you. While Goku was slaughtered, he thought about what could rival Kronos, but he was trapped in the bloody attack of that subject. The level of damage was so much that his body couldn't heal itself, and that's why his powers have stopped growing. Since his purple demon eyes were in sync with you, he made him see the ultimate technique that would end everything. Yu watched as his father and the others used something known as resonance, and with his eyes he would copy that technique, to later make Kame fall into a kind of illusion, where he showed him the technique step by step.
After a couple of minutes, Yu yelled, "Try to restore your body and hurry over here. You are a coward. You are afraid of being hit. That's why you prevent my body from regenerating. Dream on Daruma, you're nothing but a brat to me. You have 4 more lives to live before you're on my level. I'll give you 10 seconds, and after that, I'll give you the coup de grace.
And don't worry about your friends, they will reach the other world with you."
Confident in his power, he began to slowly count to 10, taunting his opponent. After all, in his penultimate form, they were all just flies to him. There was no one who could stand up to him. Goku regenerated and changed places in the blink of an eye, appearing where his friends were, and wasting no time, he stood in front of Yu and Kame, where they both placed their hands behind his back.
Here we go, brother.
Goku, even with this power you must avoid killing him.
If it reaches its ultimate form, it will be unstoppable. He too would perish.
But we would run with the same fate. We will make the most powerful power prison ever. We will seal every bit of his power. That's how we'll beat it. Resonance.
Union of 3 souls. Ultimate Oozaru. The entire universe was invaded by a golden flash.
Planets that had previously been destroyed returned to space. The same happened with stars and living beings that had perished. Goku in that form had Akame's abilities, which were to create life, but possessing such great power, he not only had the range to revive one person, but the entire universe. Kronos impressed by all the pure energy that invaded the entire universe. He tried to make everything disappear with a supernova, but his final supernova would be added by the golden dust that flew all over space.
What's going on here?
Why are my powers neutralized?
Lady Vina the Weather, the day of your trial has arrived. Your punishment is to live as a weak being for all eternity.
You will never look down on those around you again. Kronos began to attack Goku, but upon making contact with his body, his fists turned to ash. This definitive Oozaru carries within it the union of my sister Kame, and my brother neither Sanguine nor Oyu, as well as the feelings of Toa Magente. The end of your tyranny is over.
Ultimate prison power. The divine law of time was reached by a technique that omitted everyone's feelings.
Every drop of his power was drained from his body. The ultimate prison power could drain the powers of anyone who had a lower power than its wielder, and at that time Goku, or Ultimate Saru, had surpassed Kronos, who now had the same power as a normal living being, but still retained his blessing of the divine law of time, which was to live forever. But since he did not possess supreme power, he could not execute any technique which required a lot of ki, so each of his techniques were useless. Kronos was falling at a great speed through space. He did not have the power to fly, but he was caught by Goku. This is your punishment. You do not have the necessary power to fly. You are the closest thing to an ordinary living being, only with much more life.
If that's the case, I'd rather die.
What good would it do every time you come back from the dead?
Your power increases, but if you die now, your current power is practically zero. You would increase only a little more and you would lose life instantly. But don't worry, you are not going to die. You have a long life ahead of you. You will live for a long time being a normal subject. Goku's resonance barely lasted 5 minutes, but it had been enough to win. Goku was powerless and everyone else was the same, so they rested on a nearby star, where Kronos' wailing could be heard, begging to be killed.
The power of Kronos has disappeared. Perhaps the prophecy has been fulfilled. A new and fearful Sarapakura has awakened. Well friends, this part is up to here. Without further ado, I say goodbye. Remember to be happy. Watch a lot of anime and exercise.
See you in a new video.